So this is what you see when you first walk into my beauty room. It is a really small room, so I'm just trying to like make do with what I have. So on the left hand side you can see all my studio lighting, and then I just have this brown table here which is what I use to film on. I set my camera up on that and I put all of the filming lighting in the middle of the room, and I film against this wall just here. So then as you pan around the room you can see I just have a nice big window, and then on the right side here I have all of my makeup storage. So this is what my studio lighting looks like from behind. I have one big sort of box light here, I have a big boom light here, and then another box light there. It's great because I do have this massive big window here, so the natural lighting in this room is amazing. So this is what the lighting looks like from my side of the camera. So this is what I see plus the boom light when I'm filming. They're just these two really big bright reflective box lights. They have 4 light bulbs each, and I think I just got these off eBay. I think they were about $50 each, and they come with the 2 box lights. Then I bought the boom lights separately, and I think that one cost me about $80. So starting off I just have these 2 floating shelves. These are just from Ikea, and I'm pretty sure they're called the Lac shelves. Then I have all of my brushes here, some lip liners here, a little alarm clock, this shell cross, and a plant. Then moving down onto my actual desk, I have some more makeup storage here. This holds all of my liquid lipsticks, and then I have some more liquid lipsticks up there. I have my mirror here and a stand that I use for filming. I just have my desktop computer, which is a Mac, and then just here I have my little voiceover microphone, and I just have a little lamp here from Kmart. On the right side here I have just these like pictures which I love. I love the simple black and white, and I love the black frames. So then onto the actual drawer setup, I have 2 lots of these Ikea Alex drawers. These are the 5 set drawers. They're perfect if you don't have a lot of money. I think they cost about $120 each. They're pretty easy to assemble, and they're great for storing your makeup. Then on the right side here I just have this like basket tray thing which is also from Ikea. So that's pretty much it for this wall. I'll go into a little bit more detail now as we come a little bit closer. So to start off with, I just have some lip liners in here. I got all of these little containers. They're just from Kmart. So all of my lip liners sit up in here, and then all of my brushes are sorted into like what they're used for. So now onto the left side of my storage, I have this big like acrylic set here. So the top little organizer I have here is just a little lipstick holder. I just got this off eBay. So in here I just have all of my Too Faced melted mattes and my Too Faced melted latex liquid lipsticks all in here. Then I just have these 2 little acrylic drawers here. They look really similar to the bottom one here, but these are 2 separates. I just got these 2 from Kmart. They're about $5 each. Then I have this acrylic drawer set. This one here is just from Pillow Talk. This one was a lot more expensive. I think it was about $60, which I think is a ridiculous amount for like acrylic drawers, but it did go really well with what I wanted. So this one here has 2 bigger drawers at the bottom, and then these 2 little small ones at the top. So then on the bottom here I have this bigger acrylic drawer set. It just has 5 drawers in it, and this one was actually gifted to me by NYX Cosmetics. Then in the bottom drawer here, this one is a little bit deeper. This one is just full of all of my setting sprays. So I have some like illuminating ones, some matte ones. So just a whole bunch of setting sprays in that drawer. So now onto the actual makeup storage. In the bottom drawer here I just have all of my foundations. I do have an entire makeup collection video on my YouTube channel, so I'll link that down below if you wanted to check it out. I'll also leave a link to it on the screen somewhere here. It goes into a lot more detail on the actual makeup that I have. I have recently done a big clear out, so it doesn't look like I have as much as I used to, especially not in the first video that I have. So this is just where I store all of my foundations. In the back here I have some like BB creams and some cushion foundations. This one here is all of my drugstore foundations, so some of my favorite being the L'Oreal True Match. I love some of the Maybelline ones. Then I have the L'Oreal Glam Beige. This one here is just like a really light sort of glowy foundation for day to day. I have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, which I recently picked up. And then in the front section here I have all of my higher end ones. So my Too Faced Born This Way, I have the Anastasia Stick Foundations, lots of NARS Sheer Glow, the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I have some MAC Studio Fix, some Benefit. I have some Makeup Forever HD. I have the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer, which is my favorite foundation at the moment. I have the Fenty Beauty Foundation and just a whole bunch of foundations that I've recently kept. I got rid of a whole bunch of foundations, so these are sort of the ones that I actually like and they've remained in my collection. So then onto the second drawer here, I have all of my primers and my setting powders. So in here I have all of the primers that I use a lot. So I have the Benefit the Porefessional. This is the Matte Rescue one. I have the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I absolutely love this. this, the L'Oreal Lumi Magique. I love all of these. A lot of them are actually drugstore. It's just what I sort of lean towards. I find that primers don't really do a lot. I tend to lean towards them just for hydration and for a bit of like a luminous base. Then in the back here I have a whole bunch of primers that haven't been opened. I have the new Professional Pearl Primer from Benefit. I have another Becca Backlight Priming Filter in there. Then I have a whole bunch of like primers in here that I don't reach for that much. I've got a couple in there from Youngblood. I have some from Australis, some more from L'Oreal. Then in the front here I have all of my translucent powders, so my favorite ones for like setting my under eyes. So I have my Face of Australia one in there. I have the Rimmel Stay Matte in there. I've got some Models Prefer. I've got some Australis. I have some Benefit. And then in the back here I have all of my like foundation setting powders. So my favorites being the Benefit Hello Flawless. I use the shade Honey. Then I have my MAC Studio Fix setting powder. I'm in the shade NC35. So then onto the third drawer here. This is my highlighting drawer. So I have a whole bunch of liquid highlighters in the back there. Then I have all of my MAC ambient lighting powders. I have all my Becca shimmering skin perfectors in the front here. I have the Urban Decay Naked Illuminator, which I love for like a body highlighter. Then I have some Too Faced prismatic highlighters. I have some from Crop Cosmetics. I have an Abdo one here. I have some Gorgeous Cosmetics ones here. I have my Mary Luminizer by the Balm, which is one of my favorite highlighters of all time. Then in the front here I have my Benefit Dandelion Twinkle, which I absolutely love as well. Then on this side here I have all of my like more drugstore ones. I do have some high-end ones on this side just because I can't fit them over here. So over here I have this one here from Maybelline. It's the Master Chrome. I have this one here from Fenty Beauty. This is the Kilowatt highlighter. I have a Mecca Maxima one. I have a backup of Mary Lou. I have some L'Oreal ones in here as well. I've got some Winky Lux, e.l.f. ones, just a whole bunch of sort of more drugstore highlighters on this side. And then in the back here I have all of my like packaged highlighters. So I have a backup of my Benefit What's Up. I have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I have some Youngblood, NYX, Anastasia, 2 Anastasia glow kits back there. I do tend to keep a lot of my products stored in boxes. I just think that it looks really nice, and I love that you can like see which one is which because it has the labels on them. Also, something that I forgot to mention is a lot of the storage that I keep them in is also from Ikea. This one here is just like a cutlery organizer, so it has a big section at the back and then 3 of these long ones here, which I find perfect for storing compacts. I love the way that it looks. It keeps it all super tidy. Then for the fourth drawer here, I have all of my concealers in this drawer. So in the back here, I have all of my favorite drugstore concealers. I've got lots of the L'Oreal True Match, Maybelline Fit Me, Maybelline Master Conceals. I have some LA Pro ones back there, the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. These are my favorite drugstore ones. Then in the front here, I have all of my favorite high-end ones. So I've got the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, some MAC Pro Longwear concealers. I have my Tarte Shape Tape in there, some Kat Von D, some NARS in the front here. Then in here I have all of my Benefit concealers, the Benefit Buoying and Brightening Concealer, the Benefit Airbrush Concealers, and then I also have the Hydrating Concealers. Then in the back here I have all of my LA Girl Pro Conceals, just a bunch of shades and some other ones in there that I don't really use that much. Then in here I have all of my like under eye brightening setting powders. Then in the back here I have a whole bunch of like color correcting creams. So this one here is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover. I really like this. I have the Benefit Erase Paste, which is just like a salmon shade. I have an Australis one. I have some DB Cosmetics, another NYX one, and then just a whole bunch of things like that for color correcting. These little containers here are from the store Daiso, so they're just really nice, cheap acrylic containers. So then onto the top drawer here, this is all of my contour powders and all of my blushes. One thing that I really dislike about the Alex drawers is that they don't actually come out all the way. So there's probably like half a drawer still in there that you can't see, so you sort of have to like rummage around to get what you want or pull out the containers. So I have some contour palettes here from NYX. I have some Model Co. I have the Benefit Hoola Quickie Contour Stick, which I love. I have the NYX Wonder Stick, which I also really like. Another NYX one, some Youngblood, some Australis, just a whole bunch of contour powders. As I said, if you want to see in more detail the sort of products that I have, make sure to check out my full makeup collection. So then in the front here I have all of my favorite blushes. So I have some DB Cosmetics, some Sigma, I have MAC Warm Soul, I have 2 more MAC ones here. I have Peaches and Pink Swoon. I have the Milani Luminoso blush, 2 box blushes from Benefit. I have a whole bunch of Essence blushes in here, some Clinique. I have some Benefit Dandelion Dew in there. I have some Miraness. And then I have a whole bunch more like drugstore ones at the back there, but they're a little bit tricky to see. So this is the top drawer on the right side of the Alex drawer. So this drawer here is full of all of my brow products, more brow products, and all of my mascaras and a couple of like brow setting powders. So in the front here I have all of my most regularly used brow products. So I have my Models Prefer Essential Brow Kit. I have a whole bunch of Benefit brow products in here. I absolutely love Benefit brow products. So I have the Maybelline Brow Precise. I have the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. I have the Australis Tint My Brow, which is my favorite sort of brow setter. And then in here I have some backup mascaras which I haven't used yet. They're all brand new. And then I've also got a whole bunch of the Maybelline brow tattoos. I absolutely love these. Then in the back here I have all of my mascaras. So these ones have mostly been opened. A couple of them haven't. So I have the Clinique Chubby Lash. I've got some L'Oreal. I have some Maybelline Lash Sensational, some Rimmel. I've got the brand new Benefit Bad Girl Bang. I have the L'Oreal Luminous Lash Paradise, which looks very, very similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex. And then I have a whole bunch of like brow setting gels and stuff that I don't really reach for that much. Then in the second drawer here I have all of my like liquid eyeliners. These are all black. So I have my Rimmel Glam Eyes liquid liner, which is like my favorite. I've recently tried out the NYC liquid liner, which heaps of people rave about. I have a Sigma gel liner in there. I have a Maybelline gel liner. I have some colored liquid liners. So I recently picked up these NYX Vivid Brights, picked up a purple and a yellow one for some more like creative looks. Then I've got some like colored sort of glitter liners. This one here is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal one in Midnight Cowboy. And then I have a whole bunch of like loose eyeshadows and some pigments. So lots of the Australis Metallics, which I love. Some NYX, some Essence, some Urban Decay, some MAC. I have some backup products. So I have some more like liquid liners in the back there. Whole bunch of single eyeshadows again. And this is all like pigments in this section. I have some MAC pigments here. I have my eyeshadow primer Soft Ochre there. I've got some Napoleon Purtis. Then in the third drawer here I have all of my bronzers. So I've recently reorganized and put all of my bronzers in this drawer just because they were mixed up with some blushes and it was taking up way too much space. So in the back here I have all of my cream bronzers. So I have the Benefit Dew the Hoola. I have some of the Maybelline stick foundations. I love these for cream contouring and for cream bronzing. Then I have some Gorgeous Cosmetics. I have some Hourglass, the ambient lighting bronzer, which is one of my favorites. I've got two from MAC, some Mecca Cosmetica, Betty Lou by the Balm. I have a whole bunch of Benefit Hoola bronzers. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow, which I recently picked up. So then in here I have all of my Too Faced bronzers. So I have the Benefit Sweet Tea. And then I have a whole bunch of the regular like cocoa bronzers from Too Faced. Then in the back here I have a whole bunch of sort of drugstore bronzers that I don't reach for as much, but I do still like. So I have the Essence Sun Club bronzer, which you can see I've used a whole heap. It's a really, really affordable, great bronzer, and it's in a massive pan, so it'll last you forever. And then on this side here I have all of my other drugstore ones that I reach for a little bit more frequently. So I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which I picked up in Canada as well. I have some Maybelline. I've got some W7. I have a Stefan one. Then on to my absolute favorite drawer. This is the fourth drawer in the second storage, and this is my lipstick drawer. So I went into a lot more detail in my makeup collection video, but I will go through a couple with you. I store all of these in little plastic dividers. These are also from the store Daiso. So at the back here I have some Winky Lux. I've got some Rimmel. I've got lots of drugstore ones. Some Mecca Cosmetica here. I have some Youngblood here. These are all of my MAC lipsticks. I have a whole bunch of the L'Oreal Sexy Balms in here. Then I have some Benefit Double the Tip Minis in here from the They're Real collection. Some Mellow Cosmetics. Then I have all of the full-size Double the Tip lipsticks from Benefit Cosmetics. I did a whole lip swatch video on these as well. Then I have a whole bunch of Sports Girl lipsticks here. Then I have a whole bunch of the Sephora lipsticks. And then I just have a whole bunch of cheap like BYS lipsticks in here. These are perfect for when I'm doing like Halloween videos as well, because I have some crazy bright colors as well. Then onto the last drawer here. This is just sort of like a mismatched drawer. It's got a whole bunch of different dividers in it. Then I have a whole bunch of lip balms. Then I have all of my like tools and equipment. So I've got some tape for when I want really sharp lines. I've got some scissors. I have lots of tweezers. I've got a lighter for when I'm lighting all my candles. Then in the back section here I have all of my contacts and all of my like eye products. I've got all of my brush cleaners. I have my Sigma brush cleaner. So moving on to this side here, I recently picked this storage item up here from Ikea. It was about $20. So I just got it so that I could add all of my like overflowing stuff into here and new products and stuff. So at the moment I just have a whole bunch of these Smashbox Trios. These are just 3 eyeshadows in a pan. Super pretty. They sent me the entire collection of these, so I've been waiting to try these out. I have a backup MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus spray. Then in the bottom drawer here, this is my hair drawer. So I have a whole bunch of like headbands. I have my Numi hairstyling glove for when I'm curling my hair, and then all of my other hair products live in the bathroom. So then I have these little black and white prints which just go down the side of my wall. wall here. So all of the prints I just found online, and then I got them printed at Kmart, and I popped them in these A3 frames, which are also from Kmart. So now panning around to the other side of the room, you can see the door is just here, so that's where we started when we came into the beauty room. So when you open the doors to the wardrobe, this is what it looks like. It does look like a mess, but I promise it is organized mess. So this section here is all of my jackets. I have a whole bunch of like leather jackets. I have some bomber jackets. I've got a whole bunch of denim jackets as well. Then I have some fur coats in the back there and some more like thicker woolly coats. Then in the top section here I have all of my like bandanas and scarves. Then I have this little hanger here which is actually made for belts, but I've hung all of my like delicate necklaces on here. Then my shoe collection was getting a little out of hand, so I bought this like shoe organizer which is mostly made I guess for like normal flat shoes. So I popped a whole bunch of heels in here so that they don't all have to live on the floor, which is where all of my other heels live. Then at the top here I have a whole bunch of nail polishes. These were sent to me from L'Oreal. Then moving across I have a little ring holder which is just this weird little cat. Then I have this thing here which holds all of my like dangly earrings. This is actually a mug holder from Kmart. I've got a whole bunch of eyeshadow palettes also in here. These are just stored here because I don't have enough room anywhere else for them. Then on the right side here I just have a whole bunch of belts which just hang up, and then I have some of my sunglasses stored here. These are my most regularly worn sunglasses, and then I have all of my perfumes. I recently sorted out all of these as well, and these are the ones that I've decided to keep. Now moving on to the top drawer in here. This one is a little bit of a mess, but it does hide everything that I need in here. Just a whole bunch of body butters all in the back here. Then in the front this is a bit of a mix. This has lots of like hand and nail creams. Then I have a couple of like sunglass containers in the back here for when I want to travel, and then a whole bunch of nail polishes that I've decided to keep. Then onto the second drawer here. This is one of my favorite drawers. It looks also like a mess, but I promise you it's not. So this is my lash drawer. So in the back here I just have a whole bunch of like cheap, more dramatic lashes. These are sort of like dress up lashes, so I have some silver ones there. And in the back here I have a whole bunch of Ardell lashes. Then I have this little case here which I think is just from Daiso, and this is where my lashes go to die. These are all of my like single lashes or lashes that I don't have the case for. Then I have some Backstage lashes in there, some Bespoke lashes. Then I have some Slay Everyday lashes. These are in the style Louise. Then I have my little container of lash glues. I have a lot of the Ardell lash glue. This is my favorite lash glue. On the top here I have this 5-pack of Kiss lashes which I picked up just because I wanted to try them out in Canada. Then in the front section here I have all of my Glam by Manicare lashes. These are probably my favorite like drugstore lashes. These are the Sienna lashes from Glam by Manicare. You will have seen me use these 100 times in my tutorials. Then all of these bright colored lashes that you'll see here are from the brand Boldface. They were kind enough to send me a whole bunch of lashes, and these have quickly become my favorite lashes. Then in the third drawer here I have all of my like face masks and stuff. So I have some of these ones here which are just pore nose strips. So I have lots of Glam Glow masks here. Then I also have a little Sukin mask here. I have a whole bunch of the L'Oreal Pure Clay detoxifying gel washes. I also have some from Crop Cosmetics. In the back here I have lots of sheet masks, so some from Sephora. I have some from Mecca. Then in this section here I have all of my Frank body scrubs. Then in the fourth drawer here, this is where I keep all of my eyeshadow palettes. This drawer here is quite deep, so I can get a lot of sort of eyeshadow palettes in here. I have a whole ton of Morphe palettes down here. I have this one here which is the limited edition Too Faced Mecca palette. I have some more Too Faced at the back here. I have some Zoeva. I have the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I have some Urban Decay Naked palettes. I have some Gorgeous Cosmetics custom palette. This drawer is getting pretty full, so I probably will need to reorganize this at some point. I just don't really know how else to store them because they are so heavy. They need to be in like a pretty sturdy drawer. Now moving on to the last drawer, this is my tanning drawer. This drawer is absolutely overflowing. So I have a whole bunch of fake tans in here, lots of the Loving Tan Bronze Shimmer Luminous creams. I have 2 tanning routines on my YouTube channel which are using Loving Tan products, so make sure to check them out if you wanted to see how I do my fake tan. I'll leave a link to those down in the description box below as well. I have a whole bunch of the Loving Tan Deluxe applicator mitts. These are my favorite tanning mitts of all time. I also have lots of Bondi Sands tanning mist, and then I also have a huge Loving Tan box down underneath this which is also full of backup like applicator mitts. Then moving on to my actual tans, as I said, I have a whole bunch of Loving Tan Deluxe bronzing mousses. I have the 2 Hour Express and the regular one. I was recently sent a whole bunch of the new tans from Le Tan. These are the Uber Dark tans. So that's basically it. This drawer is really overwhelming. It's so deep that I can't even get to some of the stuff at the bottom, so I barely know what's in here. So guys, that's the end of the video. Please excuse my voice. I have lost my voice whilst editing this video. I hope you enjoyed the tour of my beauty room. It was so much fun sharing it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel or haven't already, make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe and the notification bell button to be notified every time I upload. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.